Kat and Alex, your journey on The Amazing Race has unfortunately come to an end.
What?
Um,
There could
spoiler,
still be a battle back. There could still be a battle
This is a
back.
Big Brother.
what would you both say were your number one favorite moments on the race? Because you talked to Phil at the mat and said you had experienced so many miracles. So, Kat, do you want to go first?
The best thing about the entire thing was doing the race with Alex. This was a dream of his growing up. This is the show that he watched. He comes from an immigrant family. He's a first generation American, and this is how him and his family experienced the world. They traveled the world through the Amazing Race, which I think a lot of families have that same kind of background. Alex used to always ask me if I would do the Amazing Race with him, and I would always say, because as a former Big Brother player, you can't just apply for the Amazing Race and be like, oh, maybe they won't notice that it's me.
Every year I asked, she was like, Alex, they're never going to cast me. They're never going to cast me. And I gave up. And I was like, all right, they're never going to cast her. And that pretty much that same year, they gave us the call.
Yeah.
And they were like, do y'all want to be in the Amazing Race?
And that was the biggest miracle, because Big Brother fans know they're not dipping back into BB21 very often. So the fact that they thought of me and called me, and it wasn't even like, do you want to do it with anyone? They were like, do you want to do it with your boyfriend Alex? And that was the biggest blessing I could ask for.
Well, speaking of BB21, were there any bitches on the race conspiring against you?
Phil was conspiring against me.
What? You did not. I'm sorry. Please stop recording. We love Phil. Phil is awesome.
I think the biggest conspiring bitch was that train that didn't show up.
Man, guys, that train screwed us back bad. So 3 hours behind every other team. I mean, it seemed close, but it was not close. Even in Prague, I mean, we didn't see a team literally till that fourth leg going into Hungary, which is wild.
And I blame Phil. I don't know how he did it. I don't know how he's in cahoots with the train station.
We love Phil.
We do, but I think he was in on it. The train just didn't just not show up. Like, someone did this.
It didn't show up, and that was the craziest part. We're looking up, and then I just remember seeing all the cameras look at us, and I'm like, or just all this going on, and I'm like, there's no way this just happened. I was like, we're literally stuck in Frankfurt, Germany. I think for me, I know you were asking about favorite parts. I think to me, that was my favorite part. I think we would have struggled if we would have been by ourselves, but we were with Taylor, with Kylan, with Lexi and Angela, and I think we formed such a close friendship from that. It was such a fun day. I mean, not really fun, but with them, it made it fun. We're hanging out at McDonald's. We're down in the restrooms underground.
Angela was flirting for free food.
We got free food from Angela. It was the craziest experience that I will never forget, and that's what made us all really close in the back, even though we couldn't really push forward. We got so close at the back, and that's what made it so emotional every time somebody left, because it was just our backpack team getting pushed out the way every single time.
I did ask Angela and Lexi 2 weeks ago what their favorite food memory was, and they mentioned McDonald's. So you're the second.
By the way, when you're on the Amazing Race, you're like, is there a dollar menu here in Frankfurt, Germany? Because you don't want to spend money.
They give you so much money, but you don't know how much you're going to need for taxis or for anything. So we're sharing something off the dollar menu. But Alex is such an angel, and he's so nice. I remember him asking me and being like, hey, it's really nice that we just ran into Angela and her daughter. Should we buy them dinner? And I was like, no.
I was just going to get a dollar menu. I know.
Funds, and we could not be buying them.
I was just going to get a fry or something. I'm like, I know they're starving too. But I felt bad just because we were eating and I saw them and they're kind of looking at the menu, and I was like, I'm sorry. But Cal was like, no, you cannot. I was
Angela flirted for free food, so it was all
good. You guys were really good about coming in 10th place. You did it 3 times in a row. Why?
And I was 10th place on Big Brother.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's your special number now.
I don't know about you, but I felt like I was second the entire time. I didn't see any other teams. I was coming right behind Taylor and Kylan. I'm like, babe, we're in second. We are good. We're right behind them too, so we're not too bad off.
Yeah.
But it was just luck of the draw at that point.
Yeah.
With everything going on.
We were raised the way that the trains ended up on those first couple legs. Those were the racing teams. So Taylor and Kylan were always first. We were second. Turner was third. Angela's we had our own race going on in the back, and we were good at it.
We were good.
We were good at that race.
We were ratting back there, just trying to make it to an equalizer where we can see everyone else and have a shot at it.
The usual season of Amazing Race will have a lot of airport drama, but this season had a lot of train depot drama.
Yes.
It's kind of been a lot of fun to watch, to be honest.
It's
It's giving old school Amazing Race, because now there's not really too much airport drama because there's so much security and whatever.
Yeah.
But man, the trains.
I think it's so much harder
fun.
doing the trains just because, first of all, if you go to those train stations, there's really not that many people helping. Figuring that out. The train stations where you would have to go, excuse me, are a lot smaller, and you're just stuck there like, okay, what do I do now? Having to move from train station to train station. I wish they would have shown a little bit more of that just because it's so hectic. Like that literally was probably one of the best parts of the entire part for us. And I've talked to some of the cast members and they enjoyed that part too. That it was so much fun and how crazy and hectic it was. Like that's something none of us are ever going to forget.
Let's talk about the challenges. What was your favorite of all the challenges, and which challenge do you never want to see ever again?
So I'm not afraid of heights at all. Like if you put me in a harness, I can do anything. So I personally really liked the tower because I felt like such a badass because Alex is afraid of heights. So we had to make sure under no circumstances can Alex do a height challenge. So I was like, this is me. Alex thought I was like a god. He thought that I was the bravest person in the world.
Did you see her on the episode? She's like singing and like dancing on the, I was like, who is this?
So when I got off, he was like, you are the bravest person I know. You are so, you
gotta
are
hype her
so
up. You gotta hype her up. You know what I mean?
And I felt really cool with that. But Alex did a lot of the challenges, and I think he killed it.
First of all, I feel like the challenges that I did were all my weaknesses, which is even crazier for me because I'm like, I'm good at other stuff. But okay, so let's talk about like the hockey one. 25 times, like I was exhausted from the plowing.
That was maybe my favorite challenge.
I was literally exhausted from the plowing to go like probably like 10 minutes after that do this. First of all, I thought it was soccer. I don't know. In my head, I'm thinking it's Europe. The thing says, who wants to score a goal? I got this. I'll do a quick goal, easy.
I thought it was rigged for us. When we thought it was soccer, I was like, they know you used to play soccer. They are doing this for us.
I opened the door and it was just cold and I was like, it is hockey. This is not it. But honestly, that was probably one of my favorite ones just because I struggled. That was the one that I really struggled at. And even though it's like 25 times, I mean, it's back to back. I mean, I was just getting up and going and getting up and going. So I was exhausted by the end, but I mean, I got it done and in a decent amount of time to where I'm like, I felt happy with that.
Was there a moment or a scene that you were watching on play out on TV and you're like, why did they have to show that? I didn't want them to show that part.
The 25 times I fell.
You know what? I'm here to entertain. You know what? I'm just glad that we were able to provide entertainment. If we're going to go out, we went out with a fight. I went out with a bottle on my head, tears streaming down my face. And it was so much fun. Of course, they're going to show all of the, I knew that I gave them so many personalities to work with. I was like, they are going to really have fun showing this.
Yeah, I was like, I mean, I enjoyed all of it, especially like, last night's episode where they're showing, like, everyone last night was struggling. Everyone last night was fighting. That was the first time that there was some fighting on, like first 3 episodes, everyone's slapping and smiling. I'm like, guys, we put the pressure on and we let them know, like, hey, we're here. And they definitely felt it because they
saw us coming
crashing
and they were scared.
Out. It was running. Mm-hmm. And that was the first time that the pressure was actually on the race that we all were like, okay, like this is a race. This is it right here. So that was the best time of my life. And then seeing everyone again after 4 legs, I was like, oh my gosh, there's people here. Mm-hmm. So that was awesome.
It's like, wait, we're not in second place? There's other races.
We can be.
Who do you think was your biggest competition? Was it basically anyone not in your little group?
So it was kind of tricky because, so of course we have our little group in the back and Taylor and Kylan are the team ahead of us.
Yeah.
I kept saying when we catch up to the rest of the group, they're really not our competition because they have an express pass. So they could beat us at any point. So at that point, we knew that we had to pass not only Taylor and Kylan, we had to pass Chelsea and her dad, Hannah, and like the other teams that were, I can't remember the exact placement, but we had to pass more teams. So if Taylor and Kylan were to use their express pass, we would still be ahead. So everyone was our competition, except for maybe Natalie, Jazz, Joseph in the front.
I'm like, I didn't even see them.
we didn't see Eric and Tucker once. The entire race, we did not see them at all.
We did see them. We saw him at the first leg, and that was it. And that was it. So, I mean, honestly, like, it was just fun seeing the teams, and, like, whoever we saw was our competition at that point. I'm like, they're here. I don't care who else is in first place, second place. As long as I have somebody here with me, I'm okay, and I feel good to beating teams. Like, they show us, like, struggling and stuff. Like, we did it all pretty fast. They might not show all that, but we did it pretty fast. We moved as fast as we could. We really didn't get lost in other times. But that set time behind, I mean, even going into this leg, we're an hour behind the other teams. We are only with, like, 2 other teams other than Taylor and Kylan really fighting for this, like, last spot. So that was the tough part, and yeah.
Well, before we go, Kat, you've done Amazing Race. You've done Big Brother.
Survivor!
Do you hear Survivor called? Could you eat the worms? Could you do all that stuff?
Oh yeah, I can eat food. But man, I did not realize that when the going gets tough, I cry. Like I do not work well under pressure. I don't know. Tell Survivor that if they want me, I'm ready. Yeah. But there's going to be a lot of tears. There's going to be a lot of tears in the, we'll see. Oh,
I mean, Traitors too. That would be a good one.
Oh my gosh, yes. Can you imagine me crying at the round table? I promise I'm not a traitor.
Well, Kat and Alex, thank you so much for joining us. I guess we'll see you at the finish line.
Yes. See you there.